Well, I mean, I feel that it's picking up where we left with The Living Infinite in many ways, but I think it's slightly darker. It's a little bit of a different atmosphere in this one, I would say, and so I think we kind of rediscovered ourselves as songwriters through The Living Infinite being a double album and all that, and so we definitely found something new, and I think we've just been able to develop it for this new one. But I think it has a darker atmosphere in general, I would say. There were some tragic events when we entered the studio. We had 4 deaths within our families, so obviously that was really rough. So I think it did affect us in many ways, especially with, approaching a recording. For example, me, when I, approached the vocal recording, it felt very real. We experienced death at, so close, and the album is pretty existential, in general, and I guess it put a little bit of a darker twist on the whole thing. But now that it's done and it's out, it feels, it's therapeutic in many ways, and now we could kind of take it to the stage and kind of celebrate it,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also a ray of hope in the album as well. It deals with some really, like Bjorn said, it's some really deep and serious things, At the same time, it's not a hopeless.
No, definitely not. No, I want to point that out as well. It's no goth metal, but so yeah, there's definitely hope in it. It was just therapeutic in that sense that the music became comfort, while all of this was going down, really. Well, it needed to be somebody that we already knew. We don't really have the we've been around for 20 years, and we didn't really have the patience to do like auditions or anything like that, and then try people out on tour and see how they work on a personal level, because we've done that before. It's quite a process. So I don't know. We did some brainstorming, and I came up with Markus, and it's like, wow, everybody knows him in the band. He's been doing some guitar teching for the band in the past, and he's a very unique character in a very positive sense, and we just didn't really know like how good he was on bass. We knew he played bass and guitar and also keyboards, but we didn't really have a clue like how good he was. So I approached him, and he seemed really stoked about it, and we gave him a couple of months to just try out a set list, and then we did 3 shows in Scandinavia in May, and he nailed it. So we couldn't be happier. Sure. No matter how serious the lyrics are, and we're obviously very serious about the music as well, I still want it to be a party when we go on stage. I couldn't tour like that, just being depressed and so serious all the time. So
I mean, we're all about playing live too. That's what we love most, I think, is playing together and interacting with each other and with the crowd, and so we're really looking forward to taking things to the next level on the upcoming tour, and we have a lot of plans for that already. Overhaul the whole thing this time around. So obviously we're going to play stuff from the Ride Majestic, but we're also going to be scrapping some of the songs that have been in our set list for several years now, and just bringing in some new stuff. So our next rehearsals are going to be a big experimental pot, and we'll see what happens. Just throw some stuff at each other and see what sticks. And anyway, it should be an exciting set, and there should be some stuff there that people haven't heard before, or maybe in the last decade at least. So it should be fun. Hey, this is Dirk.
And this is Bjorn, and we're from Soilwork.
Subscribe to Louder Noise, the loudest noise on earth.